Hello and welcome to the studio where we paint away the stress of everyday life here in Wales. So yes, I've got a bit of cardboard today. I've run out of canvases, so I thought I'd use a bit of cardboard. I cut this piece out. It's roughly 12 by 8-ish. Doesn't really matter. This is just a YouTube video, so I just thought I'd have a bit of fun today. So a little bit of canvas. I put my own gesso on there. You can hear that. How rough that is. Anyway, let's have a look at the palette. I'm going to put my hat up there and let's see what we can get done today. So,
welcome, thanks for stopping by. It's time to learn with our friend Clive.
let me put my hat up there. I put a couple of colours. I thought I would work on colours today. I thought I'd put the colours on a palette first and then decide what I'm going to come up with. Normally we have an idea and we can try and work out what we're going to do. I need a pencil as well. So the colours I got on the where's my paintbrush? Ultramarine blue. We got a hooker's green. We got a yellow. We got a yellow ochre. We've got a Naples yellow, a white, a black, VANDYKE brown, and burnt umber, if I remember rightly. So yes, just a selection of colours. I'm thinking of maybe something a little bit autumny, a little bit of like trees and maybe a pathway or something like that. I haven't really given this any thought, and I never do, to be honest. So without further ado, let's see if we can get some paint on this canvas. So with that said, I'm just going to get a little bit of burnt umber. But there, I'm going to use this to draw with. I'm going to have a line across like that. There we go. So that's just giving me, well, you can call it an horizon line if you'd like. But it's just a line to work to. And I want a path to come maybe around like this. So obviously we want to make it look as if it's going into the distance. We need that little bit of perspective, so we need this maybe to come a little bit sharper, maybe like that. There we go. As I'm doing this now, I'm trying to think of maybe we got a couple of trees there like that. So, but we want this canopy to come down in the foreground like this. Just a mass of trees, basically. This is going to be an easy painting if you've never painted any landscape or type of thing before. I'm just going to make this as easy as I possibly can for you to have a go at. So the first thing we need to do is grab a reasonable brush. Have I got a new brush here I can use? Let's have a look. Yeah, I got a little short flat. I got a nice short flat here. There we go. Nice short flat. Get a little bit of ultramarine blue and a little bit of white. There we go, ultramarine blue and white. More white than ultramarine blue. And just put that in the background like that. Get a bit more blue, a bit more blue. When you're playing around with colours and stuff, just be mindful, but have fun. Don't beat yourself up over anything. I want to chuck a little bit of blue around like this because we have a little bit of blue coming through some of the trees and things. So just be loose and free like that. Get that in there. You want a little bit of a lighter area there like that. Just chuck a little bit of colour around and around and around. So we're thinking of the background. So thinking of the background, that's just the light coming through the trees and things like that. We also want to get a bit of green now. So let's just get a bit of green. But we'll make this very blue. Make this very blue. A very blue green. There we go. Let's chuck some white into that. Ooh, look at that. That's a lovely colour. A bit more white. Let's just get it really light. Basically, it's nearly on a green. It's nearly a green grey if you look at it. Ooh, it looks a lovely colour. You put a little touch of black with that, and that would make a lovely. Put a little bit of black with that. That would make a lovely green, grey. Look at that. There's a lovely colour. That's a nice colour. Maybe use that later on. Who knows? This is what happens when you play around with colours. Now you can use a lot more paint if you want to. I quite like painting quite thinly because I can water my paint down as much as I like because I'm working on cardboard. I need to check that everything is recording because I've been having a lot of difficulties with my cameras and things. So I'm just doing some shapes, just like this. Have a bit of fun, but be loose and free with this. Be loose and free. I'm just rolling the brush around in my fingertips like this, trying to get those. I want a feathery edge rather than a sharp edge. What I mean by that is I don't want a shape like that, which is quite sharp. So by rolling the brush, we get in that feathery edge, which really looks like trees, doesn't it, if you think about it? So just doing that. You use your brush in different ways sometimes, and you may be surprised the effects that you can get and how easy you can make things look. So let's get a little bit of this darker colour now. I just want to go slightly darker, a little bit more blue, a little bit more green, but I want a darker colour. Just change that up a bit. There we are, not too dark. Again, just rolling our brush like as if there's just trees in front. So we put a layer now. We've got a layer building. Got a layer building there. There we go. Put another couple of bits and pieces in, so you can see that I'm not working hard. I'm just having fun. Just enjoy the process, and that's what it's all about. Boom, 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 boom. Now we're going to do a quick trick that I like to do. So I'm going to dry that very well, very well with a hairdryer. Okay, let's get a little bit of water, but there, a little bit of white paint, a little bit of water, a little bit of white paint. And as I said, you can do this with cardboard because it's okay. You can thin it down as much as you like. If you're using canvas or something like that, then I suggest you use a very transparent white for this. So, but we're going to put a little bit of mist just over. Be very careful when you're using titanium white because it's quite a strong opaque white, but we want to put that bit of mist just there like that, just to put a little bit of white paint over the colours we just put on. It's a bit of a cheat. It's a bit cheating, but it's okay. But it just mists that off, just dulls it back. We want it to look dull. We don't want it to stand out. Let's get a little bit of light there now like that. Just a little bit of light paint. Just plain old white paint. Just put that in there like that. Just get that little bit of glow in that sky like that. Just get that over there like that. Shh. Blend it in. Ooh, lovely jubbly. Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. So let's try that again. So you can see by doing that, what we've done is that we've actually misted that back a bit. So that's good. Now we need to get a little bit darker. As we come forward, we just need to get a little bit darker, a little bit more blue into this hooker's green like this. And I'm just going to put some block out colour. As all I'm doing is just blocking out some shapes, and again just blocking out this form just like that. Whoosh. Just have fun. Block out, blocking out, blocking out. All we're doing is just getting rid of the whiteness of this canvas. There we are. Nice dark colour coming in there like this, giving the idea of maybe there's some trees and things coming in like this. Don't kill all that blue that we put in. Mustn't kill all that blue. There we are. Bit more. So we're getting this lovely, I want this like a circle of trees around like that. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so what we need to do now is just put a few more. Let's just get this a little bit darker. I'm just going to dot the brush around like this. Have fun. Make shapes up. Use a brush in unconventional ways sometimes, because that's what you need to do, is have fun. The only way you can work out what a brush can do for you is just practice and have fun and just enjoy yourself. That's what it's all about. So we need to get this shape there like that. A bit more blue. Just like that. Bum, 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 bum. Get a little bit of music going and just enjoy, relax, and just have fun. You know, I've said this so many times in the past that we don't play enough as adults. You know, and I'm 60 now, and do you know, I absolutely love just sitting in the studio painting like this and just enjoying myself, and I've got no preconceptions of what I'm going to paint and how it's going to look and things like that. I don't beat myself up over anything anymore. I'm going to make this path a little bit more, I'm making this more of a road now. I want to bring this out more there like that. As I'm looking at this, as it develops, you see things growing and moving and things, and we need to get some more shadow in there, then just like this. Need to get a bit more shadow in. Just like that. Maybe get some more trees here. Maybe I bring a couple of things in there. I need to try and fill this area up with some leaves as well. I'm thinking about it now. Just looking at this, just trying to build some shadows and things. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that dry a minute. I need to check my cameras, but I gotta find a colour for this road now, and then we can start putting some detail and stuff in there. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna have 5 minutes and have a quick cup of tea. Okay, so yes, just had a nice cup of tea. So I was thinking, I was just sitting there now, and I thought, right, okay, so I got some yellow ochre, I've got some Naples yellow, and I thought, let's see if we can build some sort of a colour scheme up for this road, because it's a road, it is, I decided. So we just need to block this in first of all with a bit of this colour. There we go. That's going to come along there like that. And as we come down here, we're going to put a little bit of burnt umber in. Now this could be a farm track, a muddy path, something like that. You make your world up the way you want to do it. Is it going to be a road? What colour is it going to be? Where is this road going? That's what you need to think about now. Where is that going? Where is it going? It's got to go somewhere. So in your imagination, you need to start to think of that. And you know, don't be afraid to try different colours out. Sometimes we're a little bit nervous when we do stuff like this, and we think, wow, you know, that's not the colour it should be. But sometimes it's all about what it looks like rather than what it should look like. Does that make sense to you? Okay, I hope it does. There we are. Sometimes it's worth experimenting with different things. So I'm just increasing the thickness of. There we are. I'm going to paint on a slight arc like this. So it's giving that road a little bit of, like it's got that. You can see this lifting up slightly at the edges. Then there we go. Get that in there like that. A little bit more burnt umber. Just there. We could put some rocks and things there, couldn't we? We could. So we already started to get this to look a little bit road-like. So I'm just going to add a little bit of white into this colour because I want to bring a bit of light in down there like that. We're creating a little bit of distance now by doing that. There we go, getting that lovely colour. Just a blending in. There we are, like that. Oof, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Let's get some green now. Let's get some green. Just on the. I'm still using the same brush. Look, I'm still using the same brush. A little bit of green, a little bit of blue, maybe. And let's put a little bit of detail in now. Let's get some. Maybe foliage and things like just coming in there like that. Who knows? I don't know. Shh. Now we want to get some. I like the green now. I'm gonna. There's light coming through. That light is coming through there. We wanna get some nice brightness down there. Let's bring this like as if there's a little bit of a light shining through down there. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Just tapping the brush. Just tapping the brush, getting a bit of yellow. Yes, yellow. Let's get a little bit of this autumn colour. There we are. Just tucking that down there like that. Wow, I like it. I like it. I tell you what we need. Tell you what we need to do. We need to get a bit of light coming in. Just using a little bit of. I'm going to just get a touch of white into that. I'm just going to bring a little bit of light, just catch in there like that. Shapes, just shapes. Just tap your brush. Let the brush do what it wants to do. Let's get those shapes in like this. Maybe we need a little bit of colour. A bit of shadow in there as well. There we are. Can't have light without dark. You certainly can't. You certainly can't have light without dark. There we go. That's a bit of light there. Shh. Let's catch in. Let's catch in that light. Oh, there it is. There's a little bit of light there like that. Oh, now we're starting to develop that depth. We're getting that lovely colour down there. So I'm going to change over. I've got a, what have I got? What brush can I use this time as a bit of fun? There we are. I got one of these little, cheap old painter's brushes. These are decorators. This is a decorator's brush. The handle's going to come off. I can feel it, but it's okay. So let's get a bit of this green and a little bit of white, and let's just put these little tree shapes. These little, all these little tiny leaves. Look, tiny leaves. Tiny leaves. Let's get up. I want to get this dark colour coming in the front now. Now let's get this dark. Let's make this nice and dark. Let's make this nice and dark there. Just tap it in. Tap it in. Have a bit of fun. Ooh, look at that lush dark colour. Wow. Even a little bit of light shining through there. This is just all trees and bushes and all that wonderful stuff coming in. A little bit darker there again. Leaving a little bit of light there, look. Let's get a little bit of, let's lighten this up. Let's put a little bit of yellow ochre with that. There we go. Let's put a few taps like that. Just a few taps. There we go. Get a bit of yellow now in front of that. All this lovely lush green, and wow, look at that. All we're doing is just tapping paint tapping our paint on the canvas. Forgot what it was then. We're not really worried about what we're doing. We just want a little bit of shape and form. That's all we're looking for. A little bit of light. Here and there. There and there. Wow, look at that. Look what we developed already. That is fantastic. I really like that so far. We need to have a look at this side now, so let's get some of this colour that we've got on the brush. We're just tapping this in. Maybe it's a little bit light, that is. Maybe we want to make that a little bit darker. There we are. Let's get that green. Just tap in the brush. You could do this with oils as well. That's all it is, really, is just when we paint like this, we're painting for fun. But sometimes you'd be surprised. Sometimes we can turn out with some wonderful paintings that will sell. And if that's your thing, that's all you want to know. That's all you want to do, really. Some of the easiest paintings are the ones that we don't have to work hard at. Some of the easiest paintings are the ones that just happen. And we worry too much sometimes. We overthink stuff. We really do. We overthink things sometimes. I've come a little bit too far over there, look. So we need to worry about that. We need to get our little bit of tissue paper and just wipe that off like that. There we go. And we can work on that in a second, because we're going to put some more yellow in there in a second like this. Just bringing that down like this. There we go. A little bit of grass. Always easy, isn't it? You know, if you're painting around with, in the 80s with Bob Ross, this is the type of technique that he used, and that's all it is, really. It's just having fun and creating a painting, really, from simple, easy brush strokes. So I'm gonna see if I can dig out, and I'm not sure if this is any good anymore because it's got a bit hard on the end, and I'm hoping it's okay. I'm hoping it's okay, but we will find out. So I'm just going to get a bit of Vandyke brown, a bit of burnt umber. I'm going to chuck it over here into this paint there, just make a grey, blacky colour. And this is not as sharp as I want it to be, this brush. It's not, I've lost my favourite tree brush because I wanted to put some trees in. See, it's not working as I want it. It's not working as I want it. I'll just put a few tree shapes in. Just like that. Maybe a little bit of black. Maybe we need a black, not up a touch. There we go. And we're just going to put a few branches and things coming off that as well. I'll have to get a new brush. There we go. Some of my trees are starting to look quite funky now. Lately when I'm doing this type of stuff, I used to get some lovely looking trees coming from my brush. But as he died in the end, unfortunately, Clive's little brush died. And we have to manage with what we got, so. See how the edge split then, and it's not as sharp as I want it to be. We need a nice rigging brush for this, and I need to go and buy a new one, I think. I should treat myself to one for Christmas. There we are. Should I do that? I think I should. I think I should treat myself to a nice rigging brush for Christmas. I'm going to put another tree in there. It's a shame. It's a shame. Doesn't matter. We'll get there. We always do. We always create something, don't we? And that's what it's all about sometimes. It's just having fun and just, who knows? Who knows what our brushes will do for us? I don't know. Do you? I don't know. Let's just get a little bit of a light just down the side of one of these trees like this. There we go there. A little bit of light catch in there. A little bit of light catch in there. Again, only a little flick like that. Maybe it's just a little bit of light catching on that tree as well. There we go. In fact, let's put a little. Whoop, I don't even know what that is. No, it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to go sharp for me on the end. There we go. We'll keep trying. There's an old dead one there, though. He's dead. That's why he's looking all sad and broken. A bit like me. I'm not broken. No. Okay, get this dark colour. I want to put a little bit of shadow just under a couple of areas there like that. Maybe just a little bit there. Just gives it a little bit of shadow. Pull that down. Just a damp brush just to pull that down, that shadow. Smoothing that in like that, making it look a little bit less harsh is the word I was looking for. There, less harsh. There we are. Good. I'm going to dry that off with a hairdryer now. And yeah, I'm going to dry that off with a hairdryer, I think. So I wanted to make a little bit of an autumny type of painting today. That was the idea that I originally thought of. So let's get a little bit of yellow ochre, and I'm just going to mix a little bit of green with that because the leaves are already starting to change colour where I am. So I thought I'm going to put some lighter area here and darker area there, so that should push, it should bring this forward and push that one back. That's the plan. Is it going to work? I don't know, but we're going to give it a try. So let's get some of this tapping in a bit. There we are. We'll just change the flavour up. We're going to get some of this lovely Naples yellow now. Just here and there, maybe there's a little bit of a couple of trees and things like that. Okay, let's get some yellow and a little bit of yellow ochre. Let's put a bit of that in as well. I want it quite thick actually, Naples yellow and yellow. I'm going in quite thick with the brush now. A little bit lighter than that. I want it a little bit lighter. I need it to stand out a bit more. Okay, we need to get in a little bit of burnt umber now, I think. Excuse me. Let's get some VANDYKE brown. There we are. So we got a bit of a lighter colour going on then. Let's put a bit more. And there, and that. Just all those wonderful autumn looking colours. Okay, so with this side I want a very dark colour this side. So I'm just not cleaning my brush, I'm just going into this blue green mix that I made. Just it looks like, you know, just whack it on the brush, have a bit of fun. Let's go for it. Let's put some dark in. Actually, it's not as dark as I want it to be, so let's add a little bit of black to that. Let's go for it. I want this nice and dark this side. Remember what I said? I wanted this type of look, and I need this in front of that, so we need to be darker. Let's put a bit of shadow down here now, because that's going to cast a lot of shadow. So this is going to be slightly darker now. Don't all of it dark, just enough of it. There we go. Put some grass and stuff in there in a second. There we go. Okay, so I'm getting that type of push already that I'm looking at. Now what I'm going to have to do is dry that again, because I want to put another layer over top of that. Now if I start putting paint on top of paint, it's just going to start to merge and get all mucky, and it's not what I want. I want to be able to paint on top of that, so I need to dry that layer off. That should be dried enough. That should be dried enough. Okay, so what I want to do now is go back to this brush, and I just want to get a little bit of green. Just a little bit of mid-green type of colour. There we are. I don't want it too bright, but I don't want it too dark. So I'm just going to get a little bit of green just to come in over that darkness like that. Not killing all the dark. I don't want to kill all the dark. So these are like evergreens then. These could be the evergreen trees, couldn't they? So we're just getting a little bit of colour just in there, so you could see the green. You see the green. Let's just get a little bit of blue in there as well. There we are. Shh. So we can see that essence of green. Maybe we need just a little bit of lightness on this edge like this. A little bit of light coming through there. So we need to add a little bit lighter, because there's some light shining through. There we are. Dark up there, a little bit of green. There we go. And we continue that green now. Just down. Just like that. Get a little bit lighter as we come to the front like this. Just very, very lightly touching that, like that. That's showing his grass and stuff there. There we are. So we got those trees. Let's get a little bit more light just on the edge of this tree. Now you spend a lot more time than me when you're doing this, because I've only got a limited time in the studio. And all it is really is just light on top of dark. There we go. So we've got the trees, different colour trees there obviously. We can use this now to pull up some grass very lightly. And if you wanted to, you could get a palette knife and you could just scrape in just a few little marks like that. Okay, let's get a little bit of white into this colour. I want to brighten this up a little bit more. Because we've got a little bit of light coming through. Just there. A lot of this is in shadow, so you don't even have a little tiny glimpses of light maybe just catching on these things like that. There you go. Now if I had a nice rigging brush, which I haven't got actually. Actually that's not a bad one. Let me try that. I don't know how successful this is going to be, but we'll find out. That's not too bad. That's come into a nice sharp point. Yeah, that's okay. There we are. I found one. But I'm not going to tell a wife because I'm going to need a new rigging brush. So she's going to have to treat me to one for Christmas, I think. Let's just get a few blades of grass just coming up like this. There we go. Like that. Get a few little daisies and things. Just little dots like that, just little dots just to represent maybe a few flowers and what have you. When you've seen me doing this before, it all helps to sell the illusion that, you know, this is a countryside. A couple of little bits of blue and things like that. Just dots. Just dots. Don't forget the other side. Just dots like this. And maybe there's a few blue ones there as well. What we could do now is get our brush and let's get some of this, and just wash that brush. It's got a little bit of green on it. There we go. It's burnt umber and white. Burnt umber and white. Let's just get a little bit more light coming in. There we go. We could get a little filbert brush. There we go. Let's get a little bit of this burnt umber and stuff. Let's just put a few rocks. There we go. Get a bit of light on top of them rocks. There we go. Bed them in to With our sharp edge. Remember I told you about sharp edges? You don't want sharp edges. Just a little bit of light just on top of them. Rocks like that. This may be catching. There we go. Let's get a little bit of this shadow, because we've got a tree coming in. Those trees are going to be casting a shadow across. So it's just a little bit of a wash. Bring in this a little bit darker, just like that, because we need to darken it up just slightly there in order to sell the illusion that this is disappearing. Into the distance, because there's shadows. Don't forget your shadows and things. There you go. And now all of a sudden we've created that depth. So I hope that's been of use. You can play around with that as much as you like. You could put in some more lighter colours, maybe some grasses and things if you want to brighten that up again. This is just basically an idea for you to play with. And what I want to do in my lessons is just go through a process and my thinking process, and this could be taken on to a bigger type of painting. You could design that like that. This is what I tend to do, is design paintings like this, and then I think, right, I can take that onto another stage and get a bigger canvas and do a lot more detail work. But these are just interesting, fun YouTube videos that I do, and I hope you've enjoyed that one today. I hope it's come out as I expected you to see it, if that makes any sense. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.